Role and scope of the lecture. Multitude of EQ precursors is the unique base for EQ prediction. Complexity of the Earth and poor understanding of seismicity processing force us to use as many kinds of precursors as possible. Two approaches are prospective for the fishing of the precursory signals from geomagnetic data. 1. Direct observation of the lithosphere emission, LA, of the internal electromagnetic fields arising in the course of EQ preparation and nucleation process, and 2. Transformation of the time series of the observed three components of geomagnetic field into time series of response functions of the Earth's interior conductivity. In the next subsection, we review few case stories of the most reliable records of ultralow frequency, ULF, LA. In section 2, we shortly outline the rather sophisticated methodology of response function, RF, approach, referring for details to few monographs. In sections 3 and 4, we apply RF method to the Japanese Geomagnetic Observatory's data in the attempt to separate the precursors of Great Tohoku EQ on 9 November 3, 2011, wherein obtained quite reliable result on the boso conductivity anomaly and advance its tectonic interpretation. In section 5, we discuss the results obtained. In section 6, we summarize the results and give the recommendations for the improvement of the low frequency in precursor study. Case stories of low records before strong EQs. There are many reports on the registration, in particular before EQs. Consider fortunate cases when M observations turned out to be located in the places where the field was well above magnetotelluric, mount, field plus noise background and can be easily identified. Geomagnetic Observatory in the city of Kodiak was located in the distance of 440 km from the epicenter of the EQ and only in 30 km from the fault zone along which displacement occurred. The full field proton magnetometer recorded several magnetic disturbances. The strongest one with intensity 100 nt appeared 1 hour 06 min before the EQ. One of the most convincing cases of the precursors was recorded before that EQ. The monitoring system of Stanford University, created for traffic noise study, operated since October 1987 at the distance of 7 km from the future EQ epicenter. The system included induction coils and special computer which calculated half-hourly averages of the magnetic field power spectra in each of 9 narrow frequency bands covering the overall range 0.01 to 10 Hz. During 23 months record was normal with low noise. After September 12, 1989, anomalous signal began to appear in two frequency bands, 0.05 to 0.1 and 0.1 to 0.2 Hz and grew up to 1.5 nt. In October 5, a large increase of amplitude appeared at all frequencies with the strongest one at the lowest frequency 0.01 Hz, where it reached 30 times the normal level. On the last several days before EQ anomaly gradually diminishes, acquiescence, and 3 hours before the EQ very large amplitude appeared only at periods longer half a Hz, exceptionally large at frequency 0.01 Hz. We must emphasize that instrumentation of Stanford University which allowed to get results every half an hour is very good for LA monitoring. Unfortunately, it did not continue the operation for EQ prediction. Kopytenko et al. Developed 3-component magnetometers for frequency range 0.005 to 10 Hz. The first instrument started the record 23 days before destroying SPITAC EQM 6.9 at 7.41 UT, on December 7, 1988, in Geomagnetic Observatory at Dusheti, 129 km to the north from the EQ epicenter. It recorded intensive BL which started 4 hours prior the EQ, A, B. BL preceded some EQs in Caucasus. A. Map of seismoactive region with the sites of observation and epicenters, given by stars, of the events discussed in text. B. Final fragment off BL record started 4 hours before SPITAC EQ and abruptly terminated 2 hours 48 minutes before it. C. Several short BL bursts records during 33 minutes before aftershock M4.0 at field stations Nick and Oni located at the distance 34.6 and 16.9 km from the epicenter correspondingly. In the time interval November 14, 1988 to March 5, 1989 in frequency range 0.1 to 1 Hz 59 unusual noise like bursts of low with an amplitude well higher the background noise, 0.03 nt, and a duration ranging from several minutes to several hours, mean duration 30 minutes, were recorded mainly before the strong aftershocks. Decrease in aftershock activities and BLE activity was quite synchronous. The next strong event was Racha EQM 6.9 at 9.13 UT, on April 29, 1991, occurred at the epicentral distance of 90 km from Dusheti where no pronounced BLU are recorded. It means that Dusheti is not a sensitive place for the EQs in Racha region, effect of spatial selectivity. Kopitinko's team organized BLE observations in two field sites Nik and Oni for June to July 1991, the time of Racha aftershock activities. 47 BLU with intensity up to 2 nt and duration ranging from several minutes to several hours were observed at both observatories. 23 of them were recorded 1 to 4 days before the strong aftershock M6.2 on June 15, 1991. See presence BL bursts observed before aftershock M4.0. The distance from the epicenter to Oni was 2 times smaller than to Nik, but intensity of the signal at Nik was considerably larger, for H component in 10 to 20 times, for D in 1.3 to 2 times, and for Z in 5 to 7 times. It means strong spatial selectivity of the La signals preceding EQ. In the conclusion we like to emphasize that magnetometers in described studies can register variations in the frequency band of 0.005 to 10 Hz. But they recorded most intensive BL at the frequencies 0.1 to 1 Hz that differs from the result in Loma Prieta, where the maximum tends to their lowest frequency 0.01 Hz. The island-wide geomagnetic network consisted of 3-component geomagnetic observatory LP in the seismically quiet area and 7 full-field stations equipped by proton magnetometers with 0.1 nt sensitivity and sampling rate of 10 minutes distributed in areas of high seismicity. Chichi EQM 7.6 occurred on September 21, 1999, in the middle of Taiwan. Stations Li turned out to be just near to surface rupture of the EQ along Qilumphu Fault and recorded the strongest La which clearly separated from comparison with records of remote observatory LP. La begun more than a month before the EQ and attained a maximum 200 nt, and then its amplitudes gradually weakened, and the disturbance level reduced to that of a quiet period almost right after the second strong Chiayi EQM 6.4 that occurred near the southern end of the Qilumphu Fault on October 22, 1999. In Greece in the early 1980s for the registration of the La electric components, the so-called seismic electric signals, SES, special network was created by Professor P. Varatzos. The network consists of 10 to 15 stations. Each station included several, from 6 up to 100, grounded electrical dipoles with a length from 50 meters up to 20 kilometers that allows to study spatial characteristics of observed field and separate SES from mount field and noise. In the course of continuous monitoring for more than 35 years, Professor Varatzos and collaborators identified, as the result of a posteriori analysis, many SES before the following EQs and studied their regularities. For example, the selectivity effect. SES can be observed in some sensitive zones and be not observable in vast territories even not far from impending EQ. Professor Varatzos made a number of correct EQ predictions registered officially before the event. We show interesting case of joint registration SES and horizontal magnetic components recorded on April 19, 1995, 25 days before Grevenakazani EQM 6.6 on May 13, 1995. Magnetic components look as derivative of electrical impulses that are clearly seen in the lower graph, B, with expanded time scale. In the latter years, Professor Varatzos' group develops deeper insight in the physics of La, entropy and natural time analysis for the better understanding of the EQ preparation process and for the distinguishing La signals from similarly looking variations of mount and noise origin. The SES activity on April 19, 1995, before the Grevenakazani EQM 6.6 on May 13, 1995, recorded in Greece at the Io Observatory at the distance of 80 km from the epicenter with a sampling rate of 1 sample/s, a 3 hours record with strong SES activity in 6.30 to 7.40 time interval. B, is the 5 minutes fragment of A, showing both electric and magnetic components in expanded time scale. Amplitudes are given in relative units.